welcome back to the Hallmarkies podcast. Today it is Amy here with the wonderful Amber.
Hello, everybody.
So we are doing a bonus episode off network where we are talking about the 4 different premieres that came this month on UpTV this January. So we actually started a new channel called Once Upon an Upside where we do small video reviews for each of the different Up movies that come up every week. And we put those video reviews up after the movie comes out on our YouTube channel, which is called Once Upon an Upside. And then at the end of the month, when we put them all together, we're going to make them into an audio recording so everyone over at the Hallmarkies can listen to our short reviews about each movie in one big podcast format. So this is our first one. We're trying this out. This is something new. We really, really hope you enjoy it. We know how much you all love Amber. So, of course, we have to have Amber on at least monthly, right?
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
Although the patrons do get to see me more.
Oh, that is true. So if you want to see more from Amber than just the Up reviews and maybe from time to time if we can drag her into something else, you should go on over to patreon.com/Hallmarkies. Check out our Patreon. Check out some of the awesome rewards we got, including some interviews with Amber. Ask Amber. Is that what it's called?
It's called, yeah, Ask Amber. It's the weekly show where you can ask me anything and then I answer it.
Yeah, and that's over on our Patreon. We also have some awesome different merch designs, which are down in the link below, including you can buy merch that says it's Amy Craig on it, which is pretty cool. Maybe we might have some Once Upon an Upside merch sometime. Or there's always the great, awesome Hallmarkies merch that we have up there, which you should go check out, and the links are always down below for that. But yeah, other than that, we hope you enjoy our little new trial run show, Once Upon an Upside, and let us know what you guys think of these 4 UpTV movies. Hey guys, welcome back to Once Upon an Upside, presented by the Hallmarkies Podcasting Network. And today I am here, Amy, with my good friend, Amber.
Hello, as always, it's Amber and Amy.
Hi there. And today we are reviewing the first Up premiere of 2020. We're in 2020. Let's see how many times I say 2019 by accident. And that is the movie Wedding Do-Over. Wedding Do-Over is about a girl named Abby who is currently living in Los Angeles, running a wedding do-over company where she redoes weddings for people. She goes home to plan the wedding of her best friend who happens to be marrying the brother of her ex-fiance. And then chaos ensues from there. Long story short, they get back together. Okay. All right, Amber, what did you think of this one?
It was incredible. Okay, so this movie exceeded my expectations, I'm going to be completely honest. And I think it was all based on how well of a job Parker Young did with being Peter. Because that movie was 90% Peter looking at Abby in like a, oh, I'm so in love with you still kind of way, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He nailed it.
Oh, he did such a good job. I completely agree. He was so convincing. I don't know how else to word it. But just the way he looked at her, I believed it so much that it was just such a great experience. And I don't know what he's been in or done before this, but he needs to be in more romantic comedy movies. Just saying. So.
Yeah. He was in a couple of things, like a few TV shows here and there, a few recurring roles. He was on Suburgatory, which was a show that was like fun for a while, but I didn't really love. But they should gobble him up and make him be in more things. But yeah, he was amazing, right? He totally, like, the show was great. The side storyline with her business and her assistant Taylor and Kyle, the delivery guy, and Jen Lilly. That was fun.
That was all fun and really cute, and I liked it. And I got, like, the only thing about that is the, like, he obviously liked her. Like, there was no way, I don't know how Abby never picked up on that, and she never picked up on that really either. Like, it was obvious this delivery man was trying to flirt with her probably every day.
Okay, did you think that he was sending the flowers?
Yes, at first I definitely thought he was sending the flowers. It was like kind of like a little left turn for me when I found out when Peter said, "Oh, I've been sending flowers every month." I'm like, you can't even pretend you ever got over her, okay? You were sending her flowers.
Yeah, not even close. Which, I mean, it was nice as a touch, being like, no, he never, like, he just was always on board.
Yeah, but still, I was like, you can't, no. Do you have a favorite moment from the movie? Or favorite scene?
Well, I do want to say this, though. It was super weird for me. This is not a favorite moment. This is a least favorite moment. When Taylor was talking to Jen Lilly's character, who I'm sure had a name, but was just Jen Lilly to me, about why she should pick this dress, and she was like, close your eyes, and then she was like touching her arm. I was like, that's so weird. It was too much for me. You didn't feel that it was fine for you?
I feel like that was a little, like, that whole thing was a little weird. Jen Lilly's character was a little weird in this movie.
Okay, and I have to go back to, what is the whole premise of this business? Couldn't they just do this as a wedding planner?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was thinking about. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get people have like mess ups at their wedding, but I feel like that's everyone's wedding. There's always something that's not going to go perfect. So that means you have to spend thousands of dollars to redo your wedding. Like,
well, no, I mean, like, if you're going to redo your wedding, are you going to hire a wedding redoer, or are you just going to hire a competent wedding planner?
Yeah, a regular wedding planner. Like, I don't understand the whole, like, I don't see that being a viable business model in any other place than Los Angeles.
I don't even think it as a viable business model anywhere. You would just hire a wedding planner.
I know, that's true. Like, I could see it working in, like, LA and New York and maybe some other, like, really big cities. But other than that, like, there's no way you could, like, just be in a random middle state in the country and be like, I need a wedding redoer company. Like, that wouldn't.
I feel like they should have just had her be a wedding planner
who, like,
and then who, like,
specializes. Yeah, exactly. I was like, this whole thing is, and that's why I was glad at the end of the movie that he decided to come to LA with her, because I'm like, there's no way her business model is going to work wherever she lives, like her hometown. It's not going to work. Like, so, I don't know.
Yeah, it was whatever. But favorite part, I really liked when he was on the screen.
So the whole movie.
I really enjoyed it. I can't think of anything specific other than that pancake stack, the waffle stack that she got that was like gigantic and came with like a knife stuck through it, like it was
like a burger or something.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I have two favorite parts. So my first one was when they were in the kitchen and her best friend was there and he was there and Abby and Peter were there, and she was just talking about, or her friend complimented her on the dress, I think, that she was wearing, and Peter says, yeah, it looks like the one when I proposed to you, except that one had yellow flowers on it or something like that. And I just was like, oh, he remembers.
Yeah, I mean, homeboy never got over it.
Like, he really didn't. Like, he has some diary somewhere where he was, like, writing her name in hearts, okay,
yeah,
all those 100%.
Years. 100%. Like, dopey.
Like, there's no way he ever got over her. And then my second favorite part is when she started throwing towards at the end of the movie, when she started throwing rocks at his window because he had done that for her. I was all like, a homegirl, she cannot, like, there's no way she's not going to break that window.
100%. You're right. She's breaking the window.
Like, definitely. I'm like, either she's not going to aim correctly, or she's going to, like, pick too big of a rock, or, like, she's not going to know her own force. And
then they faked me out when she did it the first time, and it didn't break, and I was like,
oh, maybe she'll be okay about it. But, like.
And then when she went for that second one, I went, oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah. Because I know for sure I definitely would break a window if I tried to do that. Like, but yeah, those were my two favorite parts. I thought they were super adorable. Really.
I did think it was funny when he came out and he was like, you're supposed to throw pebbles, not stones, or whatever he said.
Yeah. Like, he knows. Like, he's an expert at pebble throwing. She needs to learn. He needs to teach her. Also, I'm sad we didn't see it, but he was in his mom's house, so the conversation when his mom's like, how did you break a window?
So funny.
No way. Don't know.
Did his mom drive you nuts?
Yes, she did. Because the thing is, her character, I wanted her to either be the ultimate, like, bad guy, hates the girlfriend, or just be, like, a coincidental mom. Like, oh, she's just the mom of him. But she was, like, in between where she kind of had some snarky remarks, but at the same time, she was nice-ish. And I was like, okay, you either need to be one or the other, sweetie. Like, come on.
Yeah, you don't get Carolyn Hennessy, who is just, like, the best at being, like, a huge diva.
Snarky. Yeah, she's so good at that. How many?
You don't get her and waste her on just having her be, like, moderately
annoying.
Disapproving?
Yeah.
Like, she wasn't even, like, disapproving. She was just like, you did hurt his feelings once.
And, like, really? She was just kind of like a little backhand. So that was it. And I was disappointed. I wanted her to be more like, and then the thing is, like, she was totally okay with the other son's girlfriend or fiance, or were they already married? They were already married.
Yeah, they were already married.
Redo. Right. Okay. Like, she was totally fine with her, but, like, not, I was like, okay, whatever.
It was disappointing.
It was
disappointing. She should have been allowed to breathe in the evil.
Exactly.
I mean, like, she was born to be a Maleficent character, and they were just having her be, I don't know, slightly... It was a weird balance. They just didn't strike the right balance. That's honestly the worst part of the movie.
Yeah, probably. I would agree. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Even though I think Jen Lilly's character, Sandy, that was just a little weird. That was...
I mean, she did a fine job. Jen Lilly did a fine job.
Yeah, Jen Lilly did a good job. It was just a weird concept. It was a weird
It was honestly two completely separate movies that they just also had at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Because that could have totally been, like, that whole romance with her and
Kyle.
And Kyle, yeah, that could have totally been a separate story, and it just so happened her boss was out of town and she was taking over. Like, that totally was... separate.
I mean, yeah, if we didn't look at any part of Abby's storyline, the whole thing, her boss went out of town, so she had a chance to do it. She had this flirtation with the delivery guy. The only thing they didn't have was the delivery guy and her, like, having a falling out 15 minutes left into the movie.
Yeah, exactly. That was a little weird. I didn't you just put that in my brain that, yeah, it totally could have been two separate movies.
Totally. Like, they did not affect each other at all.
No, not really, no.
Happy to see both stories, but they were completely separate storylines.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, so what would you rate this in? Are we going to do clouds or balloons?
I think clouds, right? Because the UpTV logo is clouds?
No, it's just a circle.
Why did I think it was clouds?
I don't know. I feel like there was an ad at one point for UpTV that had a bunch of clouds, and maybe that's where that's coming from.
Maybe they used to have a cloud?
Maybe. I don't know, because, like, when I was editing the thumbnail for the last one, I was like, it's literally just a circle with up in it and the TV next to it. So, yeah. I don't know where the cloud idea came from. I think it's just because it's up and they're uplifting, so you think sky, I guess. I don't know. I don't know where the cloud came from.
Maybe it was a vision I had.
Well, but the thing is, I imagine the same thing.
Yeah, it's because it's fate.
Okay.
It should be clouds.
Okay. I'm, like, literally Googling UpTV cloud, and there's nothing except...
Me too. I'm actually on my Google right now.
The only thing that I have... Okay, there's this one. So for Easter last year, apparently, they had a ad where the logo was on top of clouds. Could that have come from that? I don't know. I'm trying here. That's it. All the other stuff I'm getting on here is, like, download Up movies to your cloud.
Yeah, cloud-based catch-up TV streaming service.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Anyway, I say clouds.
Yeah, okay, clouds. So I'm going to do this a baseline. Are we going to do 1 to 5 clouds, or are we going to do 1 to 10 clouds?
You know what? Let's do balloons.
Okay.
and 10 balloons. I feel like 10 clouds sounds crazy, but 10 balloons sounds fine.
Okay. We're on balloons now, guys. Balloons, 10 balloons. I'm going to give this a baseline because I feel like this is the first one we watched this year. It needs to kind of be towards the middle, and I really liked it, but again, the two storylines were kind of separate, and I feel like they didn't use the mom well enough. So because of that, I'm going to give it a 6.5.
Interesting. Okay. I feel like it was really fun. Some of the things they did were really stupid. I liked that they were like, we never stopped loving each other. We were just too young. But I think they could have talked about it. I feel like their fights were really actual, real fights that stupid people would have.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I enjoyed that. But, like you said, the mom, what a waste.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't at all interested in the storyline of the friend cousin and her husband, the brother.
Oh yeah, that didn't really, I was like, guys, you just need to sit down and talk.
I wasn't at all interested in her parents drinking kale storyline.
It's just, yeah.
I mean, I know that they were trying to just like flesh out their characters and give them something independent to do, but I was just not into it. Mm-hmm. That being said, I loved him. Yeah, that's my landline, you guys.
What's that?
It's a landline. I loved him. I really loved her. I did enjoy the storyline between Taylor and Kyle. I thought they were cute. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give this a 6.3.
6.3. Okay. So we are doing decimal points, guys.
oh yeah. There's not a scale in the world that exists where I won't add a decimal point.
Okay. So I'm going to make a little spreadsheet for us so we can look back and keep track throughout the year.
What are the odds that you could put a little graphic that has how many little balloons I have and then like a third of a balloon?
I could try. I can definitely try my best. I don't know how I'd get 0.3 of the balloon.
It's just a third of a balloon.
I might have to cut it up in like Photoshop. We'll see. I'll try my best because I definitely have done stuff like that before. It takes me a bit to find the right graphic to cut. Because the thing is, a third of a balloon might just look like part of a ball. Like, because
what if you did 6 big balloons and then one little third-sized balloon?
Okay, that'd be cute. A little tiny.
A little balloonlet.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna try to do that. We'll see. This is Amy's Adventures in Editing. So mine's 6.5. Yours is a
6.3. Yeah.
All right.
I'm the tough judge.
Yes. Okay. Well, it's only 0.2 of a balloon.
I'm 0.2 harsher than you are.
Okay. All right. We've established our roles. Good cop, bad cop. We got it. Okay. So, Brimming with Love is a movie about a journalist, Allie, who is getting her first big break, her first big column in her newspaper. She's no longer in sales, and she decides to do a column on this man named Sam, who is running a coffee shop, third generation coffee shop of love. Okay. It's called Brimming with Love, and he sets people up through coffee, and it just goes on from there. So, Amber, what did you think about this movie?
I'm a little bit of two minds about this movie. I think the premise was kind of fun. I think the problem was I just ultimately did not find Allie to be likable.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with you completely on there. I literally wrote in my notes, she's so quick to anger. Yeah. Like, it really, her emotions kind of were on a level, I feel like, that were just a little too much for me. So.
Yeah, so I feel like I liked the movie, except for I didn't like her, and she was basically the whole movie.
Yeah. I agree. I completely agree. She was very frustrating. And I think his character, the character of Sam, was just such a good guy. Mm-hmm. And Allie was just so quick to assume things, and had a very, like, set mind about things before she even tried them. So that was a little frustrating. Like, I understand being apprehensive about stuff, but it was more like, no, I'm not going to even try it. I'm not going to believe you. Because, like, her first interview.
She was mean to, like, everyone.
Yeah. Her first interview with Sam, I was like, oh, that guy did not deserve that. Like, come on. You just asked to interview him and you're being all rude about love. Like, come on.
She was even, like, mean to her friend.
Yes, exactly. I was like, come on. And I do have to say, that reminds me, this movie also, like the other one, had a second storyline that totally didn't need to be there. The whole thing about the coworkers.
Yeah, it was okay.
On both sides.
It wasn't distracting.
Yeah.
And it made a nice... I feel like it was more necessary in this one than it was in the other.
In the other one?
Because it gave, she was so reluctant to do the thing, so it gave her someone to, start the process.
Yeah.
And then gave an excuse for her to continue the process because Mia and her guy fell in love.
Yeah, I don't remember his name either. And then what do you think of the couple in the coffee shop, so the coworkers? Oh,
right. That also storyline. The teens.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
How old are they supposed to be?
Okay, well, I was thinking, because I paused when he was on his dating profile, and he was swiping through girls that were, like, between the ages of, like, 20 and 22. So I'm going to go with he's, like, 20. I'm going to say they're, like, early 20s.
They're, like, college kids?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because they're college kids, they're working in a coffee shop. That's what I'm thinking. I know many of people who work at Starbucks at my age. So.
I guess the thing is, I was just, like, not sure what their story was. Like, How long have they been friends? Apparently they weren't friends since they were children, so when did she get friend zoned? It was just like,
it was a little, I was assuming they just started working together.
There wasn't enough of that storyline to make me really invested in them.
Yeah, I agree.
But there was too much for me to just, like, write it off as a side storyline.
Mm-hmm. Also, they kept walking around with skateboards, and I feel like they never actually rode the skateboards.
I think the girl did once.
Okay. I was like, they're just carrying skateboards for fun. Also, I feel like that's kind of like a thing people do to make people seem younger. It's like, just let them walk around with skateboards.
Yeah.
They're like, cool, hip people.
Don't you wish that, like, the whole thing was she was catfishing, right?
Yeah.
But why would he match with some girl that didn't even have a picture?
I know, like, whenever I'm on a dating app, surprise, surprise, I use dating apps on occasion. Like, if there's no picture, it's just like, no. Or if it's just, like, a picture of the car.
If I'm on a dating app, if there is not at least 2 pictures where the person is completely, like, identifiable, I'm over. I'm out.
Yeah, like, exactly. Like, if there's, like, 12 people in their pictures, or, like, for some reason, guys think it's cool to just have a picture of their car as their profile picture. And I'm like, I want to date a person, not a car. Like,
what's the car thing?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Side note. Why does every man have a picture of them with a fish going fishing?
Exactly. But it depends where you are. Because, like, if you're more in downtown LA area, it's more like they're with, like, cameras. But, like, I noticed when I was in Utah, like, when I was in Salt Lake City, a lot more fishes in Colorado, Salt Lake City. And then...
Maybe it's just a mountain thing. Every guy has a fish.
Yeah. And then, like, if you're in, like, Florida, you're going to just see, like, a bunch of theme park pictures or, like, pictures of them in, like, swamps. Like, so I travel a lot, and I see on the dating apps, like, the common themes of places. But, yeah, definitely Utah, Colorado, and then I'd say, like, Nevada near the Air Force base, you're going to find a lot more guys with fish.
It's the fish. It's the fish county.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, sorry, but that was unrealistic to me. The person who wrote this movie was like, has definitely never used a dating app.
Yeah.
You don't swipe yes to a picture of this person.
Exactly. Like, there's no way. Because you don't know if they're real.
I also don't swipe yes to someone who hasn't bothered to fill out their bio.
Yeah. Like, what's up with that? I don't get it. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, so that was the storyline I was talking about. I, like, feel like we didn't have to have that. Like,
oh, you weren't talking about Mia's storyline.
No, Mia's storyline, I think that was cute. That was important, and that, like, helped the story go forward a little bit. But the storyline of the people working at the coffee shop, I was just kind of like, okay.
They either needed to go into it more or less.
Yeah.
It was just, like, a weird amount of focus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it was just a weird story altogether. And that was kind of the biggest part that, like, turned me off from the movie, that and Allie's attitude. Yeah, that was it. I think the grandpa was adorable.
The grandpa was kind of like, okay, though. Like, he was just sort of out of nowhere, wasn't he?
Well, because he played chess with him in the first, like, 10 minutes of the movie.
I don't know. He felt like a weird
addition.
Yes. Which was fine, because,
it's cute old man. I was like, and then when he sat down with her, I'm like, oh my gosh, he just tried to set his grandpa up with a 28-year-old woman.
I liked when she acted like that. That was really funny.
I was like,
But of course she was rude about it.
Yeah.
Because she's just rude.
I was like, be nice to this sweet old man. Maybe he's just trying to find love. I do think some of the, like, words they used to describe, like, his love process, though, like, oh, it's the final cup and the 30 cups. Also, what restaurant or store have you ever been to where a punch card has 30 punches on it?
Well, that's the conceit, right? They have 30 punches, and then you'll find love by the end of that. But that's
I was like, that's a lot of coffee.
it's too, I don't know. I'm fine with it as a amount of punches and, like, but yeah, sure. If I went on 30 dates within a month, I'd probably find a boyfriend too. I'm just choosier than that.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny because I'm like, if you go to, like, a yogurt shop or whatever, it's like 10 punches.
Well, you're not just getting yogurt, though, Amy. You're
getting
yogurt and
love.
Speed dating.
And speed dating.
It's actually, like, really slow speed dating.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was great. That was good. All right, so.
Wait, let's talk about the dancing scene, though, real quick.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The dancing guy was amazing.
I know, right?
And I'm really upset that we didn't find out who he fell in love with.
Oh, yeah. That's sad. Wait, are you talking about the hoedown dancer?
Yes, hoedown dancer.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a little weird. I'm like, first date, she didn't mention anything about dancing. And just like, all right, we're going to a hoedown, throwdown, let's go.
Do you have any idea how into that I would be?
Really? I actually would be too. I think that would be fun. But
the brimming with that guy,
mm-hmm.
That's who he should have I should have been lined up with him. We'd be married by now.
Oh my goodness. All right, so anyone out there looking to date Amber, make sure that you take her line dancing.
For real. When I was in my sorority, every fall we would have a barn dance
mm-hmm.
where we would do, like, dress up in country clothes and do line dancing. It was my favorite thing.
That's good.
I love it. So, for real. I do have to say, overall, the show was not the best.
No.
But I do feel like Jonathan Keltz was
the best. He made this movie for me.
He did. Like, honestly, it would have been not great if he wasn't in it.
Yeah. And I want to see him in more. Like,
so much more.
Yeah, because he's a good actor. Because seeing him in this, and then the one he did on Hallmark, I think that he did a great job acting. He delivered his lines well. He was very charming. He's good at looking.
He's good. No, he's not good. I mean, he is good looking, but he's also good at looking.
Oh yeah, right? He is, like, his face. Like, he just
like looking at a girl, or when he was like so offended and hurt and standoffish.
It was so
great looks.
Yeah,
he's giving me some great looks.
Yes, I agree. I completely agree. All right,
so
Jinx, you owe me a juice box.
So how would you rate this?
Okay, so I gave it a 5.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go 5.3.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it wasn't, compared to The Wedding Do-Over, I just, it was good. It was cute, but I just wasn't feeling it.
It wasn't as fun as you'd hoped.
Yeah, I was hoping for more fun because, like, I want to go to a coffee shop and have someone set me up and fall madly in love. Like, come on, why can't that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, guys. Well, if you watch this movie over on Up Brimming with Love, let us know in the comments below. What did you think? Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? What would
let us know if we were just harsh.
Yeah, are we too harsh on this one? But let us know your balloon ratings out of 10. And I mean, we did give it a 5 and a 5.3. It's not like we were like, oh, this is a 2. 2 balloons.
2 balloons for you.
Yeah. No, we did good. 5, 5.3. I think that's That's a pretty good score. It's average, you know, it was okay. Would watch again? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. So Hopeless Romantic is about a man named Matt who unfortunately gets dumped by the love of his life, Alexis. And so
Sorry, you're having problems completing your request. Please try again. If you continue to have issues, please contact support.
All right. Sorry, Alexa. My bad. That was my thermostat, actually. My thermostat has Alexa in it. Don't ask anyways. All right. So basically, then this girl who he is friends with, what on earth is her name?
It's Alexis.
Yeah,
Isn't
but that's the one that dumped him.
Her name's Liz.
Liz. Okay. So basically, Liz is assisting him in trying to find, you know, other girls to kind of make Alexis jealous. And they do this through doing different things that you would see in romantic comedy movies. And then through this, he finds out that he's actually in love with Liz and not with Alexis. Okay. So what do you think of this one, Amber?
Okay, but like that being said, was that really what the movie was about? Because frankly, they his one romantic movie thing was make her jealous.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which
and then like speed dating.
But speed dating's not like a movie thing. That was just like a way that he would make her jealous.
Yeah.
And so that was a thing. I did not ever understand Liz's traumatic backstory with her boyfriend dumped her, so then she couldn't love anyone for 2 years.
That was weird. Like, eat some ice cream and move on, girlfriend.
Okay, and then not only that, but there was like how many storylines in this movie?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I was like over here, over there. I was like, oh my gosh, calm down. Are we saving a video store from 1998? Or are we like talking about the high school sweethearts that still haven't figured their stuff out? Like, what is going on here?
There was so much happening in this movie. Because we had the Matt, Liz, Alexis thing. We had Summer and Adam. We had the reunion, the high school reunion happening. We had the guy's friend from work.
Oh yeah,
her friend from work. We had then we also had Save the Store. I'm honestly surprised that we didn't find out what happened to the romantic life of the fake French waiter in the first scene.
Yes. There was so many different storylines, and I was so like thrown off. Like we didn't even get to spend enough time, I felt like, with the main couple because there was so much else.
I'm gonna be completely honest. This movie was just not for me.
Really?
No. The only person who I even liked was his friend. I mean, not his friend, his work guy, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
Yeah. Sure. We're gonna go with that. Yeah.
Well, the work guy who was just like such an idiot. He was the only person I liked in this movie. Everyone else I was over.
I liked the idea of Matt, like what they were trying to do with the character of Matt, because I thought it was really cute that like he wants to watch romantic movies and fall in love, and like, come on, where is my guy that's going to sit and watch like, you know, the 125 Hallmark movies I have to watch every year? Like, come on, I need someone to do that with me.
Well, but I just...
There was some good ideas. It just wasn't realized correctly.
It was the craziest thing in the whole world. And like, from a movie that was supposedly had a subplot of people being screenwriters, I expect that the screenwriters would have at least, you know, edited some of the plot lines.
That's true.
It honestly felt like, you know, when like a little kid is telling you a story and then suddenly they start telling you another story. Yeah. And then they start telling you another story. And then by the end of it, there's like 6 stories. Yeah. None of them were that great. Yeah. That's this movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
No offense. No hate. Just, it was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. And also, can we just talk about the fact that they're trying to save a video store that only rents romantic movies?
Does it only do romantic movies?
That's the implication I got.
Or was it that nobody else uses VHS tapes, so Brandon was the only one renting things?
Well, it wasn't VHSs, it was DVDs.
It's basically a VHS.
I know, people don't even use DVDs anymore. They use Blu-rays. If they even use a disc. They don't digitally download everything. Yeah.
Come on, guys.
I was just like, there's no way you'd be able to save a video. Like, there's literally, I've searched in the past for, like, video stores that still exist, and there is only one I know of, okay? And let me tell you, I live in Southern California, and there's only one successful video store that rents that I still know of. And I don't even know if it's still open, but it is in Salt Lake City, Utah, and it's called, like, Top Hat Video Rental or something like that.
Wait, why do you know about Top Hat Video?
Because one of the, I watched this short series from Apple Juice Productions, and they filmed at that video store.
Yeah, well, Top Hat Video's open. I was like, that was the one I was going to talk about.
That's the only one I know of in, like, the United States.
There's that one in Alaska, right? There's a Blockbuster in Alaska.
No, it closed in 2018, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Well, so not even Alaska has Blockbuster anymore.
Top Hat's still crushing it.
Yeah. It's because they're the only video store that you could film at that exists. So they're doing great with movies and stuff.
They're great.
Yeah. It's like literally the only one I know of. The only other ones I know of is I know when I start getting down into downtown LA, there are some like Korean video rental stores. But that's all I see. That's it.
Well, what could I say? We at Utah are basically the people from this movie.
You guys in Utah, you love the 90s.
We do love the 90s. Anyway, do you want to get to ratings? I don't have a lot to say about this one.
Like literally all of my notes are like, why? Finally, why?
And the boyfriend of Summer, right? Mm-hmm. The screenwriting couple.
Adam. His name's Adam. Yeah.
He just sucked.
I know, right?
Am I allowed to say that? He did.
You gave her socks. Are you kidding me? You've been together for 10 years. Either dump her or get married. Come on.
Yeah, like, and him being all like, about it. And I'm like, I'm 100% with her. She should have dumped you years ago.
Exactly. Now, I'm a little bit more forgiving on that because, it took my dad 8 years to propose to my mom and my brother 7 years to propose to my sister-in-law. So I'm a little forgiving, but personally, after, if I got to 10 years, I'd be a little frustrated.
It's a lot.
A lot frustrated. But yeah, that's about it. I think the only cute thing I found was when he came and tried to take care of her when she was sick. That's my only cute moment I wrote.
Yeah, it was just fine for me.
Yeah. All right. So what are you going to give it? How many balloons does it get from Amber?
I'm going to give it 2 balloons.
2 balloons? Okay. I was really nice. I gave it 4 balloons.
Yeah, you were really nice. I was so over it. On it, if I have to pause the show 4 times while I'm watching it to say how much time's left,
I know
that's too much.
I did the same thing, and honestly, I watched this one with my mom, and my mom was just like, "Okay, is it over yet? Can we watch something else?" I was like, "Okay."
It was not great.
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. But hopefully, Up will do better next week. I have
a lot of faith in them.
I do too, yeah. And today we were talking about the most recent Up movie, and that is called Late Bloomers. This one is about Jenny and Shane, and Jenny was kind of the nerdy girl in high school, and she got bullied by this girl named Allison who faked an email asking her to prom from Shane, the football captain. And then it's, fast forward 15, 10 years later, whatever.
I think it was 12. It was a weird 8?
Weird number, yeah. And Shane is now a high school teacher, and he's still with his high school girlfriend, and they're not married. That's a little weird, but anyways.
I think they mentioned that they had broken up in the middle, and then they got back together.
Oh, okay.
But maybe I made that up.
I was hoping that, though. And so now that she is going back to her hometown because her mom is selling the house, and she runs into Shane, and then they end up falling in love, and that's it. Now he's a cool, hunky teacher. That's it.
That's it.
All right, so this one I was so optimistic about because this had such a great lineup with Italia Ricci, Nathan Parsons,
Beth Broderick,
Beth Broderick, Madison Pettis. Like this was a star-studded full cast. So, Amber, what did you think about this? I know we were super optimistic and looking forward to this one, so I'm hoping it lived up to its hype.
Yeah, so we had said we were pretty hyped about this, but maybe we weren't hyped enough.
Oh, yes! I was so worried you were going to be like, I hated it. I loved it so much. I was like,
I pulled the rug out from under you. Yeah, it was so good. Italia Ricci as her like young nerdy self waiting for prom. Heartbreaking. She was so cute. It was ridiculous.
I was like, yeah.
The thing there were a couple of like reality things that I didn't like about it. Like, in what universe would you not communicate with the person ever again that asked you to prom?
Yeah, exactly.
But other than that, I really loved it. I kind of hated, though, that they straightened their hair. I liked when they had their curly hair.
Yeah, because there's so many different cool hairstyles you can do with curly hair that, like, would be just as beautiful as straightening the hair. But I think
So I just completely blame her friend for that.
Well, she's a hairstylist, you know? I don't know.
But, like, the implication that, like, having curly hair was, like, not great.
Was, like, nerdy.
I didn't enjoy.
And then straight hair was, like, hot or whatever. I was like, but you know how many women curl their hair? like,
could you even imagine having hair that's amazing? It was amazing.
Yeah,
Madison
I know,
Pettis'
right?
hair is amazing. Straightening, it's a crime.
Yeah, exactly. And my whole thing is, though, like, but if I had that curly hair, I'd probably hate it. Just, like, I want to be a redhead, but I know a lot of redheads who hate their hair color. So, like, it's a toss-up, you know? Yeah. But it was so good. Oh, my goodness. I loved it so much. Literally, in big letters, I wrote, cast was great. Just with a lot of exclamation points.
They were so good. The mean girls were just, like, slightly too mean to be believable. But that's fine, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
really
they
weren't
liked
supposed to be
that
likable
he realized what a jerk he was.
Yes. There's so many people that need to realize how much of a jerk they were in high school that just don't.
And I did really like when, what's her name? Was her name Allison? Whatever. His girlfriend.
Yeah. Mean Allison.
I really actually felt when she was like, it was a joke. And you're saying, like, I was a bad person. And so she got all defensive about that. Because you could tell that, like, in her heart, she knew that what she was doing was rude.
Yeah, she just like, didn't want to own up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree.
I appreciated that as a choice that they made for her.
Yeah, and what I really liked about this aspect is it still incorporated the school aspect of them, like coming back together from their school, yet this movie didn't use a reunion as the excuse. I liked it being something different. And also, I feel like we don't get enough movies about, like, teachers having lives outside of school.
Right.
So I really like that aspect that they brought something different in than just it being, oh, it's their high school reunion. They had to see each other anyways. I don't really like that storyline all that much.
Yeah, it was fun because, I mean, she doesn't strike me as the kind of person who would have gone back for her high school reunion anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
That's actually the thing about a lot of these high school reunion movies is that there's usually someone who you're like, well, why would they have gone?
Oh, yeah, totally. I don't think I'm going to go to my high school reunion. I live down the street from the high school.
I didn't go to mine. I'll explain why I didn't go to mine. So the guy said, okay, we are not doing anything. We're not providing food. We're not providing drinks. Blah, 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 blah. We're not providing anything. We're all going to meet here. It'll cost you $15. We were like, what? And then he was like, okay, we're providing things, but now it'll cost $25. And I'm still like, what is the $15 for? I was really mad about it. So we didn't go.
Okay. Yeah, technically this is I guess May will be 5 years since I'm out of high school, but I don't think they do 5-year reunions, right? I hope not.
I don't know.
Because I don't think I'll be going.
Holy crap. I'm almost to my 15th reunion.
Oh, wow, really?
I mean, it'll be 14 this year.
Wow.
I got to get something going on in my life so I can go.
What's it like to be out of high school that long?
It's kind of the same. It's kind of like once you're out of school, you're just out of school.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it changes that much until, you have something in your life that's changing it, such as a marriage or children, whereas I'm just the same person I was, 2 years after high school.
No, you're so much cooler now.
No, I'm really not. I'm equally as cool.
You're so much cooler than you were 2 years ago when I met you.
You're crazy. I have always been this cool.
Oh, okay. I thought you just added a few coolness points every year from my perspective.
Once you're at peak level cool, you can't get more cool.
How did we sidetrack ourselves?
I don't know. Anyway, because this movie was so good, it made us so happy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it just reminded me of so many cute things. And, like, also, Madison Pettis is gorgeous. Like, she is so beautiful. And I loved. I thought her playing the nerd, though. I was like, but she's so gorgeous. Why doesn't everyone love her? Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I have some questions for you, Amber, that this movie made me think of. Okay, so if your high school football star showed back up in your life, would you want him to fall in love with you?
I don't even know who our high school football star was.
Time to get the yearbook out now.
I could. I can't even think of anyone who was on the team. I got nothing.
I was an English tutor for most of the football.
Nice.
So,
very nice.
Would I want any of them to come back and fall in love with me? I mean, they weren't unattractive, but they're not exactly my type. So.
Well, my high school was great. I feel like everyone was just sort of like normal. I didn't really feel like there were cliques or anything. There were, no, that's not what I mean. There were cliques and friend groups or whatever, but I didn't feel like there was any like rudeness.
Yeah, I didn't have a great experience in high school, but I was kind of at that end cusp of being on the internet is still weird. So the fact that I made YouTube videos and went to conventions and was like had a social media presence for those kids that didn't really understand the internet that much, because I was at the tail end of that not being cool. It was kind of, I don't know. They didn't like me very much for, traveling, I guess. I don't know. I didn't understand it.
Weird. I don't get kids.
I don't either. I don't understand them.
I was a much smarter bully than that.
Really? How did you bully?
So the thing is, I didn't like really bully, right? Because it came from the same place that bullying comes, where like you are insecure, so you want to like assert control or dominance over other people or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was just like secretly super bossy, and I like created like a very unstable environment for all of the other people around me by like making sure that they always like were at each other.
Oh, wow.
And this was when I was in like 6th or 5th grade. So I kind of can feel like, I was like a baby.
Yeah.
I didn't really like know better, right?
Like, I feel like I was
11.
Mean. Yeah, I feel like I was mean in elementary school too. Like,
I feel bad about it, but like, I was very sneaky.
You go, Amber.
I was the queen of the whole thing, because I was the person that people could confide in, and like, oh my gosh, so-and-so's being so rude to me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe that so-and-so thinks you're the worst.
My goodness. All right.
Stir the pot. Stir the pot. It was terrible. I was not a nice person, but.
Anyways, getting off topic. I don't care.
Anyway, long story short, this movie brought up a lot of things, and they did it well, and everyone was beautiful and lovely, and they fell in love. And her boyfriend was the best thing in the whole world because he was so ridiculous.
He was okay. So her boyfriend, I was like, why would you ever say that to someone you're supposed to like be in love with, and you want to have like this love like documentary playing before you present your flower? I was like, don't talk to her that way. I wanted to jump through the screen and be like, don't talk to your girl that way. She is no longer your girl. Goodbye. Like, come on.
So funny.
It was hilarious though. And then when he was at the counter with like holding the flower and he was like, "Oh, I need to take it. I'm not buying it a seat or whatever." It's
So
like,
funny. He was just like the craziest, funniest person. I loved it so much.
He was so
honestly, everything about this movie, aside from the straightening of their hair, worked for me.
The mom threw me off a little bit. So like when she like assaulted the guy in the parking lot and then he's like, "Let's go on a date," I was a little like, I don't know.
I guess that's strange, but I don't know. Once you're old, you find love where you can.
That's true. I get you. Yeah. Yeah, but other than that, love this movie. I thought it was so cute. I thought Italia Ricci was gorgeous, and Nathan Parsons is gorgeous, and they made a really cute couple, and that was it.
I loved that there was that picture of actual Italia Ricci, actual young, as sort of like a gawky teenager.
Mm-hmm, that was cute. Yeah.
It was amazing. I just loved everything about this movie.
It was awesome. It brought up a lot of things, but it was also amazing. So.
Yeah, I completely get it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
That's it. I loved it. All right, so balloons. How many balloons are you giving this one?
I'm going to go ahead and give this movie 8.3 balloons.
Ooh,
Everything's 0.3. I got to change it. 8.4 balloons.
You're just making editing harder and harder for me. So I gave it 8 balloons, and yeah, this is my top so far. I mean, up to 4 movies.
It was so good.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was awesome.
When the question comes down to, would you watch it again? In a heartbeat.
Oh, completely. Yeah, 10. I was about to say 10 out of 10, but I gave it an 8 out of 10. Anyways.
But that's pretty darn good.
Yeah, pretty good.
I don't even know what we're going to be giving 10s out of, but I like that we both decided this was an 8.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to give ourselves a chance to get better.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like, Christmas movie Christmas is my 10 out of 10 in my brain. So, like, if it doesn't meet up to the Christmas movie Christmas, like, hype, then it's not going to get a 10. But, like, this one, it got pretty close, but it wasn't Christmas movie Christmas.
Yeah, I like it.
That's my, that's how I set my rankings. But,
okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. So we will see you guys very soon with another Up review, hopefully. We'll see what they're doing in February. Maybe some Valentine's movies? I don't know. Alright guys, that was the end of our last recording for Once Upon an Upside. We hope you guys really, really enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a big thumbs up, comment down below. Make sure to subscribe to us on iTunes, subscribe to us on YouTube, and check us out on all the other great podcasting apps. Again, check out our Patreon and our lovely merch designs. You can follow Hallmarkies Pod all over the internet at Hallmarkies Podcast or Hallmarkies Pod. And then you can go ahead and follow me on the internet, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter at It's Amy Craig. And Amber, where can everyone find you?
As always, I'm at Amber Brainwaves on Twitter, and that's it.
And there you go. So that's where you can find us. And we hope for another great month of Once Upon an Upside next month. Thank you for listening, and let us know what you guys think of this little new format for our show. We really want to get some feedback on it. So thank you so much. Bye, Hallmarkies. Love you.
Bye, everybody.